let's talk about Aventurine and his light cone. I want to go over that. I want to talk about it because there's a lot of talk on his light cone being well bait or Aventurine himself being well bait. And I feel like these are very nuanced topics that are going to get extended into even more topics. So as of right now, I want to go over the fact that one, Aventurine's light cone is nasty. In fact, probably borderline busted, but it's only busted for a particular thing. And we're going to talk about it. So traces, what are we looking at here? Leverage. For every 100 defense or 100 of Aventurine's defense that exceeds a certain value, increases his own crit rate up to a maximum limit. This is huge. As someone looking for Aventurine, this is huge. I talked about this earlier in a couple different videos, but I'll reference it here. The thing that will make Aventurine one of, if not the best sustain in the game, is the fact that he does everything. And what we consider the best sustain, Xuan, is because she does things that a sustain should not only do, right? Not only does she boost your damage and crit value, she also sustains the team, she mitigates damage, and she can entangle enemies, which a lot of people don't really look into that fact, but being able to entangle your enemies all across the board, right? A full AoE entanglement can help you significantly in certain battles, certain instances, yeah? So she does her own form of damage, it's just not a lot. We take this over to Aventurine now, yeah? Having the trace leverage is nutty. For every 100 of Aventurine's defense, he increases his own crit rate up to a maximum value. If this is really low, like 15%, to be fair, this won't really matter. If this is something bonkers, like 40+%, this will completely change how you should build Aventurine. This will make Aventurine a tank, and not like a Star Rail version of a tank or definition of a tank. I mean a literal the MMO version of a tank is someone who takes all the hits and then punches you in your face, right? This is what Aventurine becomes. We might actually have our first true tank in the game. The definition of a true tank, we might have him in the game. Let's continue. Hot Hand. When battle starts, grants all allies a fortified wager shield, whose shield is equal to a certain percentage of the one provided by the skill, lasting for a certain number of turns. That's great. This is technique. Okay, this applies to the technique, whatever, cool. After an ally with fortified wager launches a follow-up attack, pay attention. Aventurine accumulates 1 blind bet point. These are the points that you see when you're playing the game through the story mode. These are what accumulate at the beginning or during his turn. This effect can trigger up to a certain number of times. Its trigger count resets at the start of Aventurine's turn. This is gonna make or break. Listen, this is gonna make or break. I won't say fast Aventurine. We'll say moderate speed Aventurine, man. The 134. This is gonna make or break whether or not you run 134 and that becomes very standard, or no speed. Yeah, this is what happens. After Aventurine launches his talent's follow-up attack, provides all allies with a fortified wager that can block a certain amount of damage. Obviously, that's a shield. And additionally grants a fortified wager that can block a certain amount of damage to the ally with the lowest shield effect, lasting for a certain number of turns. Y'all know how I like follow-up teams? This is by far, you have the perfect infinite shielder. You have the perfect infinite shielder. Just looking at these alone, these 3 traces alone, you have the potential to have the best sustain in the game, which means you never die. He's doing his own damage, and it looks like, you know, right, his kit might be based off defense like other characters. And then you have the fact that he also dishes out follow-up attacks. Chat is saying IPC Emergency. Caliber. Hold on. This goes in the video. This goes in, as long as I don't get copyrighted, this goes in the video. Caliber, I know what you just did. Someone sub up. Someone give him a sub right now. Listen. IPC Emergency. Boom. That's OD. That's fucking OD, bro. No, dude. No. Run that back. Max volume. Run that back. Emergency. Come on, bro. I'm dying. Goddamn. Bro, you got me. Give him a sub right now. Bro. No, that's perfect. The name of the team is officially IPC Emergency. All right? Sock Caliber, coin it. Put that in the books. Put that in the fucking books. IPC Emergency, done. Copyright the team name. Done. That's it. That's the one. Number 3 best team in the game, I promise you. All right? Now hear me out. What this does for him, and we'll run it through, right? Just for a brief moment, we'll run it through. At a base level, you have Topaz, which is the follow-up attacking character that you need. She's the follow-up attacking captain. When follow-up attacks happen, Topaz gets to throw Numby out like Pikachu is thrown out by Ash, right? Pikachu, I choose you. Use Thunderbolt now. Numby, I choose you. Use Spin Ball now. Okay, that's what happens. Every 2 follow-ups, Numby's gonna go. Anything Topaz does counts as a follow-up attack. When Topaz goes, that's 1 follow-up attack. Okay, that's how that works. What I was saying, right, to go over this, Topaz, Numby, follow-up attack. And then you have Ratio on the team. Ratio triggers his follow-up attack, which will that guarantees your 2. Okay, so now Numby goes at least 1 extra time. Numby is automatically going to go 1 time or 2 times, whatever, depending on your speed of Topaz per cycle. Then you have Numby and Ratio, or Topaz and Ratio, that gives you the 2 that you need to make Numby go once. Boom. Now you have a character, a sustained character with follow-up attacks that also works off of other people's follow-up attacks. And he gains, what does it say? For every follow-up attack that happens, he gains 1 coin. And this works on a certain amount of times, which then re-triggers based on his turn, which means at minimum, you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4. If in the event this only triggered like a couple different times, right? Let's just cap it out at 3. You're getting 3 follow-up attacks, which gives you 3 coins, not including when somebody hits you, which go into his blind bet, which we've seen in the game. The game tells you it's like, what, 7 or some shit like that when you play it in the story mode? 7. So now I need 7. Every 7, I get a follow-up attack. If Topaz and Numby, or Topaz and Ratio, are giving you the 1, right? And then he does his own follow-up attack, and then that gives you another 1. And then you have this follow-up attack happening. That's 2. You have 2 guaranteed Numbys, extra Numbys, mind you. 2 extra Numbys coming into the cycle now, on top of Topaz, or rather Numby, already having his own number, like own 1. This is now 3 confirmed Numbys in 1 cycle. 3 confirmed Numbys in 1 cycle. People think Topaz has ass damage. You just play the character bad. That's all it is. This is very good. This is very fucking good. Technique, I don't have to go over that too much. Basic attack is fine. I'm gonna go into the talents. For any single ally with fortified wager, their effect resistance increases. This is their way of keeping you from getting CC'd. Depending on how much this is, this could make or break some things really good. When they get attacked, they gain blind bet. So every time they get attacked, they gain blind bet. Now something that I want to point out. All right. If you guys have played through the story and you notice with Aventurine, right? You know the fish bomb or any AoE for that matter, every single person that gets hit counts as a point. So if you get hit by everybody, that's 4 stacks. If there are 2 fish on the field, that's 8 stacks. 5 stacks? Oh, that's my bad. That's 5 stacks. That's 5 stacks. If 4 fish hit you, that's 5 stacks. If 2 fish are on the field, oh, because Aventurine gets 2, bet. You now have 10 stacks. That's 10 stacks that you're getting for 2 fish being on the field, not including the other 3 enemies that are on the field. The fish never live long enough for me to attack though. Hey, listen, maybe you have to alter your plans to let the fish hit you to get your 10 stacks. I don't know, but I know that's 2 guaranteed follow-up attacks right there. That's a free Numby. This effect can trigger again after a certain number of turns. Oh, and he can resist. Oh, so when he has it, he just resists crowd control debuffs. How many times this happens? He already, I don't want to use this term, he's already taken over what Xuan does for himself, at least. Xuan crowd control the whole team once. He crowd controls himself. The only thing that would make him better is adding taunt value. If he could add taunt value into his kit, oh, this would be so perfect. He would quite literally be the perfect sustain. He'd be the best sustain in the game. No debate. Reaches a certain number of blind points. He's gonna launch a follow-up attack. Yeah, we talked about that. Skill. Provides all allies with a shield, lasts for a certain number of turns. When the fortified wager is gained repeatedly, the shield effect can stack up. Ooh! This is perfect. What does this mean? This means this isn't like Japard's shield, where when he does ult, it replaces or replenishes that amount. This stacks. So let's just say that you are on the last turn of shield and someone has like 10% shield left, right? And then you do Aventurine skill, 10% plus whatever he was going to give you. So if his skill would give you 75% on top of the 10%, the way this reads is 85%. You now have 8, so you can get 100% shield. This is dumb. This is Aventurine's dumb. He's dumb. Best sustain in the game. Let's go to the light cone. Let's go to the light cone. Now, inherently unjust destiny. Please change this name because this is a long ass name. Increases the wearer's defense by 40%. That's big. Free stats. That's a free chess piece right there. Now you don't need the chess piece for defense. When the wearer provides a shield to an ally, the wearer's crit damage increases by 40%, lasting for 2 turns. When the wearer's follow-up attack hits an enemy target, there's a 100% base chance to increase the damage taken by the attacked enemy target by 10%, lasting for 2 turns. Earlier in the video, I said that this light cone was busted, but it was only busted for a certain thing. That certain thing is Aventurine. I talk about this all the time. I talk about it so often that I don't understand how people are still arguing with me against it. The game is moving into the direction. We are evolving into what could be considered a new meta, but I haven't used that term yet. We are moving into territory where you need to build a character for the character to do that thing, and then you're moving into team. It's no longer, hey man, slap everybody on the team, funnel it to one character, they all do it. This character at a kit level is not for anything not follow-up attacking, right? Because he loses value when you play him in a team that does not have follow-up attacks in the team. Because the key thing in his kit to get more stacks, to create infinite shields, to protect your team, to sustain your team, is a follow-up attack. There are only a couple characters that operate that way, right? So now you have a perfect sustain specifically for follow-up attacking characters, follow-up attacking teams. This is perfect. This light cone is something I'm not going to say that it is a must pull, but if you plan on maining, like if you're a follow-up attacking main team or follow-up team main, I highly suggest you find a way to get this light cone. If you can attain this light cone, significantly increases the longevity, the power, the survivability of your follow-up attacking team. Any follow-up attacking team. Doesn't matter if it's just Topaz and Ratio, doesn't matter if it's Clara, any follow-up attacking team, this significantly improves that team. Not only does it do that, but it also increases Aventurine's damage potential, changing what could be his own crit rate increased up to 100% thanks to the talent we talked about earlier. Leverage, I believe is the name of it. And now adding, what is this? The crit damage increases by 40%, giving him a crit damage body piece, right? Increasing your defense by 40% already makes it so that you don't need a defense chest. You don't. Aventurine's gonna have a natural high-ass defense. The light cone is gonna give him a natural high-ass defense, right? 600. 40% times your base defense. You're gonna be pulling in for free, minimum 3K. Minimum 3K defense, right? Get a couple substats, get a defense boot, maybe you get a defense orb or a rope, and you're already above 4K. Crit damage body piece is 64%. This light cone gives you another 40%, that's 100%. You start off with 50%. You are now at 200% crit damage. Did I do that right? No, I didn't. You're at 150%, right? You're at 150% crit damage for free. No substats in mind. 50% extra crit damage, which is not impossible. That's like what, 3 substats? 3 or 4 substats in all 7 pieces that you have? Or 6 pieces that you have? You can reach 200%. Most DPS characters cannot reach 200% crit damage as easily as this light cone will allow Aventurine to achieve. If his multiplier, like if his influence, his damage influence is based off defense and not like HP or attack or some bullshit, right? Because like Japard's basic attack, if I'm not mistaken, is based off attack. Correct me if I'm wrong. It could be defense. If Aventurine's is based on defense, done. Done. This is quite literally the best sustain in the game. And his only drawback is going to be how many teams does he fit on in comparison to Xuan. I won't compare to Huo Huo because Huo Huo is on a different level. She heals and does some other stuff. She's in a similar boat, right? Being a harmony character and things like that. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I like this. Now, other options. Obviously, we talked about Trend for Acheron. I think Trend of the Universal Market is a great option for all preservation units when paired up with Acheron specifically. Golden. But other light cone options, Depard's Light Cone, increasing your effect hit rate so that this 100% base chance. Actually, this won't matter because you're replacing the Light Cone. Japard's Light Cone is good for defense, but the effect hit rate probably won't matter because there's nothing else in his kit that revolves around effect hit rate. So you're done. What are the other? You only have 4 options for 5-star Light Cones. Texture of Memories, you don't need this. Increases the wearer's res by 8%, which
Yeah.
at S5, that'll turn into like 32%. The wearer is attacked and has no shield. They gain a shield equal to 60% of the max HP. You will always have a shield when playing this character. If the wearer has a shield when attacked, the damage they receive decreases by 12%. You don't need that. You don't need that. 4-star options. Let's see. Day 1 of my new life at S5. This is going to jump up tremendously. Increases all type res of all allies. This could be useful. This could be useful for survivability. Landau's Choice. Nope. It's just not worth it. Trend, not worth it. Unless you're running Acheron. Damage dealt to all allies decreases by 8%. Immediately restores HP to all allies equal to 30%. You don't really need this. This is me. Increases the wearer's defense by 16%. Increases the damage of the wearer when they increase taunt from Jeppy's Light Cone. That is, increased taunt from Jeppy's Light Cone is really good. But it's only for, honestly, I'd have to look at it. Like, it's obviously the better option for sure. It would be a better option. 16% increases the damage of the wearer when they use their ultimate by 60% of the... Okay, this one, funny enough, This Is Me is probably going to be one of his better Light Cones. Only applies 1 time per enemy target during each use of the wearer's ultimate, so it hits everybody. This would hit everybody. Isn't there a new 4-star? There might be, but if they haven't revealed it, I don't want to read it specifically. It's MOC. There's also an MOC Light Cone. Are they? Have they been revealed? One already in the game? Isn't it We Are Wildfire? Is it not? Is it not We Are Wildfire? Or is it Concert for 2? It's Concert for 2, right? Destiny Threads? No, that's the new one. That's the new one? No? Okay, so this one's here. Increases the wearer's effect res by 12%. For every 100, increases the damage dealt by 0.8% up to a max. Okay, and this one's good too. So, okay, Destiny's Thread, good Light Cone option. Day 1 of my new life, good Light Cone option. This Is Me. I think if I had to order it, it would go Destiny's Thread, This Is Me, Day 1 of my new life for the 4-star option, right? I don't think this is well bait. I don't think this is well bait. Concert, scroll down. I'm trying to not put something that's not revealed in the game. Is this one's already in the game? Oh, nice. Increases the wearer's defense by 60%. For every on-field character that has a shield, the damage dealt by the wearer increases by 4%. So a 16% damage increase. I mean, increases the damage dealt. Wouldn't this is better? This one's better. Increases the damage dealt by 32%. Right? This one, it would just be better to get this. Destiny's Thread is better, but low defense stats. What are the defensive stats? At S5, let's see. Yeah, level 5. Yeah, 48%. 48, right? And at level 80, your defense is 463 versus they're the same, right? Unless this is not at S5. Is this at S1? What is S5 concerts? Let's check it out. Increase the wearer's defense by 32%, 8%, 463. What? Bro, it says it right here. It says it. The S5 is the S5 doesn't matter. I'm talking about, someone said that the defense value was lower for Concert versus Destiny, but they're the same. They're the same, right? Like unless I'm looking at a completely different level 80 whatever, does S5 make it different? S5 only changes the values, right? I'm not looking for the defensive percent value. I'm looking at the base value of what's on the Light Cone right now. Concert gives defense, MOC Cone gives effect res. Okay, that's plain and simple. I think a 48%
Yeah.
or 32%, whatever it is better than 16%. Unless this turns into S5 and this jumps up to like 12% per character. If this jump, okay, so what would this have to be to equal 48% from Destiny, right? Because we know that the Destiny Light Cone, right? 48%. This would have to beat that out. It would have to beat it out. S5 might be 8%. It usually doubles 8, 16, 32, 48. If it doubles, it's equivalent. And then this one would be better. Yes. Then this one would be better. But ultimately, I think these Light Cones are good options for Aventurine. if you're not running him in his ideal scenario, in a follow-up attacking team where his job is not to just sustain, but you could get away with not having the crit damage increase and like the extra damage increase from his signature light cone. So it's one of those things where, like, you don't need it, but it's completely dependent on how you're gonna run this character. 100%. Yeah, half the people pulling are gonna put him on trend anyway, but I still think that having these other light cone options are significantly better than just putting him on trend, because trend doesn't increase his taunt value. Now, what would make trend really cool, to keep it a buck, what would make trend really cool would be if trend, all of the light cone options, or fuck, all the shields, if getting hit by any of the shields would trigger trend. If that shield in particular on any of your team would trigger trend, that'd be phenomenal. That would be phenomenal. But that's gonna be it for me on the light cone video. But I think overall, you will have to make a decision, because after Aventurine, there may or may not be some characters that could also influence follow-up attacking. But ultimately, Aventurine is one of these, he's going to be a very pocket niche character that expands over time. He's a character that right now has a lot of value. A lot of value. His light cone has a lot of value depending on the team, which in this case, obviously his best team would be follow-up attacking teams. So he has a lot of value. Whether or not you need that, 50-50. But that's just me. You guys can let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Like the video, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I can't say my usual outro because it's inappropriate for YouTube. Smell you later.